Assist me in pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Recognize the Salem News and WRN here this evening. And we'll go around the room. Please state your name, your address, and the reason for being here.
John Adams, South Lincoln, Salem. And I got a couple questions about the lot on Lake Avenue.
Okay. What are they?
On the map, there's a road that goes through my lots over there. There's more than one lot, and there's a road that goes through there, and it's only on paper. I'd like to take it off so I get it resurveyed because I want to build a building there.
Okay.
It's only on paper, and I don't know if you've ever done that before. Take it off or not, but I talked to the engineer's office and they said you have to do it.
And we have to do it, but if it's on there, it isn't dedicated. If it's on there on the map, it is a dedicated street, but it's never ran. We have a lot of those out in the heights that way. I think what you better do is call the zoning officer and let him take care of that, because he'll have to get the map changed and everything else, and it'll have to go through the county.
Right. But I do know there's a form you can make up and get it vacated and taken off.
Yeah,
it really isn't that much of a job to do it.
You have to fill out. I know there's a form. You have to fill that form out and bring it back, and we have to give it the okay to be vacated and go from there. But I would call Jeff Hughes and have him get you the forms and stuff.
Well, you think he can do it then?
He's the zoning officer, but he should be able to do that right away.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, it's on the map, you know, and that's all it was and never will be anymore.
Well, it probably ends up nowhere.
Well, yeah, it does. They just draw it on the map and.
Well, it was plotted. Evidently, when that area was plotted there, that road was a plotted road. So we have to vacate it. We have, like I said, we have several of those out in the heights.
Yeah.
That's a procedure we'll have to take to get it vacated.
Okay. Another question I have. I want to put a culvert down there to take care of the water coming off the storage unit above me there. And I was wanting to know whose responsibility it was to put a culvert in.
If you buy the pipe, we'll put it in.
Okay.
That's the procedure we use.
Okay. Now, can you get a better price? If I buy from the township on the pipe, can you get a better price than I can from like Ray Lewis?
I very much doubt it, but you can call the road foreman tomorrow, Derek Farrell, and he can probably tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you.
Okay. See, what you have to do is bring it down the hill from the storage unit where the water runs off. It runs onto my property now, and I want to bring it down the hill and across the road into the ditch that's on the Ohio Edison side there, into their ditch like.
Well, you'll have to get with him for that to see if that's feasible to be done. The water will carry there.
Yeah.
He'll be able to tell you, set you up and tell you that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all I have.
Sure.
I'm Mike Dorney. I talked to you on the phone a couple times.
Yes.
Building a house over on Dayton Avenue, just up from Lake there. We want to put in a grinder pump for for a sewer to extend down to the Salem at Apple and Marion Street. And Don asked for a letter of approval from you guys to see if that's possible. I have Buckeye Engineering did the design for it. And basically it's going to go through my property, Scott Griffith here, my father-in-law, his property, then it's going to hit the easement the rest of the way down.
Okay. I don't think the township would have a problem with it, as long as the city is willing to do it and the adjacent property owners are willing to do it. So,
yeah, septic, I try to get that going first, and basically soil testing said it's probably going to be like a no-go there, the disturbed soil, not enough space. So Don wanted me to extend the sewer up there, which would be like over 50 grand. I'm like, I don't want to pay that, for a house. So this option is like 20 grand, which is a lot less. So we want to try to get that going. So.
okay, well, we'll need to get a letter together that relieves the township of any liabilities, because we don't have the right to put a sewer in there. If the rest of the residents up there would be 51% would want a sewer in there, you could.
Right. We can't come in up Lake and then over to Dayton. We have to come up the back way, Marion, and there's never going to be a house. So you have a highlighted on the one side.
Right.
The houses on the other side already have sewer, but it comes along the front of their houses. So there's no other house that can benefit from a sewer extension other than mine. So it's not worth really doing anything.
Okay.
So they asked for a letter of approval, and then to send it.
Salem asked for a letter of approval.
Yeah, Don had it.
Yeah, they call it a letter of confirmation from the Perry Township Trustees.
Sent to me, and then a copy to Don. That's basically what they want. And I'd like to go to, what's that?
You have a letter that basically what they want?
No, you
want us to draw the letter up?
yeah, just approval, confirmation.
It's for approval to use the right-of-way on Marion Street also.
Okay, we'll have to get a hold of our attorney, which is the prosecutor's office, and have him draw that letter up.
Is it possible to have it by Thursday, or do they have a meeting Thursday? No?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Not it very much.
I'll try, but I doubt it. I doubt it.
I was going to go to their meeting Thursday, facilities meeting.
We'll take care of the letter for you.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it. I did want to ask one other thing. The city water, I'd like to look at that option. Right now, water goes up lake and then through the backyards of the people that live on Dayton at this time, on the the north side of Dayton. I would like to get an easement through one of the yards, maybe to get city water put in.
But
There again, that's
well, he would have to go under the street though, also on Dayton.
So one of the residents there, I'm pretty sure I could get an easement from, approval from them. We still have to come under the street to get to our lot.
that still is going to be utilities department, same utilities
We
department.
don't have to have approval from you to go underneath Dayton.
Yeah, we'll have to give you the approval if they'll give you the approval to look into it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Sir.
Len McLaughlin. I live on Beechwood with my friend here, Ted Evans. I live on Beechwood also.
It's your reference.
I'll go ahead. You can speak it.
Yeah, we had sent, or we had a petition with signatures off that street, and we were trying to get the speed limit reduced from, say, 40 to 35. And I understand that there'd have to be a study approved for that before it could occur.
Correct.
And that was the nature of us being here tonight, to find out if that could happen.
Chief, you know how to...
Yeah,
did that one up on 10th Street a couple of years ago?
I put the petition up there for the trustees to review. I spoke to Mary Brown back on 10/30 of 15. Basically, right now, The Township Trustees may request a Columbiana County Commissioner who will request the County Engineer's Office to perform a speed studies survey. At this time, Mary has said that there is funding available to pay for the study at no cost to the township. It has to be in by the end of next July, and it will not take effect until the following summer, if we don't want to have it paid out of the township. There is money available for it. 2017, because it says that the end of July, those studies will then be reformed the following summer. Back in '08, we reduced that to 40 miles an hour. And like I explained to Mr. Evans and them, when they come in and do it, they're going to go by property damage, wrecks. And we have increased houses there now since we did it in '08, because the city side has built 12 or 15 houses there now on that.
The city had that posted?
Well, it's still on ours. When I talked to Derek, it's still on our 40 mile an hour zone. That little section there, I don't even know if it's even 1,000 would be the cities. And I don't know what, I forgot to ask Derek who's plowing what, if the township's doing all of it. I know we filled some blacktop in on the city side there last summer for it, so I'm not sure. It's still considered Township Road 855, which is ours. I need to make a trip down to the map lady at Bert Dawson's office and see if it's actually, that section's been taken over to the city. I haven't been down there yet to get it. Like I said, we reduced it in '08. We could submit for the study. I know when we looked to do it over on 10th Street, it was very expensive. We're looking at less than, it's 0.74 miles from Goshen to Allen on that stretch. And I know the cost when we were looking at doing pay, it was just way, because we had to go in with the city because half that's theirs and half is ours. I mean, yeah, the fact that it's going to wait until 2017 at no cost, and there's no guarantees they'll drop it 5 miles an hour. I mean, that's why I think, personally, I'd like to go with the grant. That way we're not having money to be told, no, we're not dropping it. But that's the residents, I put the petition up there, something that the board would have to work out. I have no problem pursuing this grant with Mary to have that done for issue it by July and then 2017. From what this says, it's the following summer.
Is there a bad issue with speed out there?
Well, it's like anything. You put a cruiser out there, there's no speed. The problem is, like I said, the city has probably put 12 to 15 houses there now, so now we've got more kids over there. There's more traffic because of the industrial park. They come off of Goshen, want to shortcut down Beechwood to go into the backside instead of coming back across the railroad tracks. I think a lot of that had to do with when they were working on the railroad tracks and it was closed for a while. But they have found their way that coming down Beechwood seems to be easier for them to get into the backside of the industrial park, and also with Mack Trailer. There is an increase of traffic there from back in '08.
Yeah, it seems like traffic when people are going to work or coming back out of work is when the vehicles seem to travel faster than the speed limit. And the concern was because all the kids moving in there, which just in the last 2 months, kids have moved in there in their little types up to 12, 13 years old.
I had also talked to, Len and I had also talked to the city of Salem, and they had sent me back a letter. It's not very positive for our efforts, but I don't believe you had received it yet. Well, I just got it on Friday. I don't know if it'll affect what you want to do or not.
I haven't got anything out of that to look at.
Yeah, they just sent me that, and I want to bring it here.
Is there a children of play sign or anything like that?
No, because when in '08, there was no children over there. You had the farm and
I know you had
most
straight downhill there.
grown up residents on the
I
side.
think Derek has a children at play sign or something to post up there that may help some.
It might, but truthfully, with all the flow going into the industrial park and back trailer, we've been sitting up in the heights in the morning because they're shortcutting through 62 across to go down that way, and we've been hammering that for 6 months, and the people still aren't, they're still not getting the message.
Well, the city says it's not deemed necessary to do,
Yeah.
and to change it for 5 mile an hour, they can't patrol it because they don't have the manpower to patrol it.
We just didn't want that if that will affect the study in 2017. That's, I guess all we're asking for is the study, and then they may be able to...
pursue the study.
That may, maybe the city by then will go along with that.
We can have the chief pursue the study, and possibly could we sit out there and chip change a little bit, or run that road a little bit and chip change?
We could, the problem is we've been sitting down on Allen trying to get, but as soon as you put that car out there, like I was telling Mr. Evans, it seems we get the residents more than we get the outsiders, especially at the stop sign there. There's just something about it.
It's almost like you have to have a plain car out there, no labels. So that,
They can just see too far coming off that hill. It's just wide open.
Yeah.
If we sit up towards Goshen, there's not enough distance to get anybody there.
Okay.
Do you think 5 miles is enough? Do you think you ought to try and take it to 30?
Dropping 5 miles, we were just saying lower the speed limit. It could be lowered to 30.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
All Salem streets are 25.
Well, yeah, well,
And
just like,
Allen Street is 35. Then we got the little stretch of Beechwood that's 40. Yeah, for some reason.
Well, we can pursue the study for you.
Thank you very much.
Did you guys circulate the petition?
Yes,
The two of you circulated it?
my wife did. That's...
Okay.
And we-
Because it appears that there's signatures on here that aren't going to count, because like Brandon and Brittany Ellison, it's all in the same writing. David and Marilyn Middleton, it's all in the same writing. Daryl Fink and Bart Fink, so they won't count those. I'm wondering if you want to go back and do this more formally, because if they knock out some of these signatures, it's not my call, it's their call, but I know they'll knock them out. Some of them are printed, and they won't accept those as a signature unless that's truly how they sign, and they'll check the voting record.
So you're saying my wife didn't sign it because I did, because she can't sign her name anymore. McLaughlin.
No, I didn't say that one.
I had to sign for her, so I am the POA for her, but
That's fine on that one, but like there's one line here, it says Brandon and Brittany Ellison. Okay? It should be Brandon Ellison and then Brittany Ellison underneath, and then you have a David and Marilyn Middleton. I know they'll take those off because it's one person that wrote, they printed their names.
How many names are needed?
Generally, they want 51% of the residents on the street to do anything like this kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know if everyone's signed on here. I'd have to pull a thing off the auditor's website to do that for you, which I'm happy to do. I'm just saying, I'm afraid if we turn this in like this, and they're not even going to do anything until next summer, and then they declare your petition invalid because it's not signed, it's printed, and some of them they're not going to take because you can't do it Brandon and Brittany. You have to do Brandon and then Brittany. I don't want you guys to wait all that time and then be told, well, this is invalid.
Yeah, a lot of times you only have one party at home, and
I understand that.
she worked two afternoons trying to do that, and
I understand that whole thing. I'm just throwing that out there for you, that you don't want to wait all that time and then have it declared, for that. I'll check it and see if you have 51% without the people that I think they'll throw off.
when would you need that completed then if we don't?
If we can't turn it in until July, we wouldn't need it
So you
until...
don't need it until...
Yeah, we would have plenty of time, and we could even do something where they could stop in my office and sign it, or something on their convenience, or something like that. I'm not trying to be a problem. I'm trying to prevent a problem.
You're trying to eliminate a problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to eliminate a problem that I've seen come up because they won't accept the signatures.
All right.
Okay, but I'll go through and pull the auditor's website and see how many you have and if you're, if you're okay without those.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's fine, sir. Thank you.
Derek Wise, potential new hire, part-time patrolman here.
Steve?
Yep. This is Derek Wise. He is a part-time patrolman for the Salem Police Department at this time. With the board's approval, I'd like to give him that opening that I talked about a little over a month ago to start since his pay period has started, to get him into the training part.
Gentlemen?
Second.
Okay.
And that's all I have.
Very much.
Yep.
Just in there for Bruce tonight.
Under new business, we have our police and fire reports and approvals. We need a motion to renew the group health insurance with Anthem Insurance with a drug card change resulting in a 7% increase for the year of 2016.
So move.
Second.
Trustee Nick?
Yes.
Trustee Rudabach?
Yes.
Trustee Kendrick?
Yes.
And a motion to renew the group dental insurance with Guardian at no increase for 2016.
So move.
Second.
Trustee Rudabach?
Yes.
Trustee Kendrick?
Yes.
Trustee Nick?
Yes. We have Resolution 15-30 to place the 1.0 mil police levy on the ballot in the spring as a renewal levy.
So move.
Second.
Trustee Kendrick?
Yes.
Trustee Nick?
Yes.
Trustee Rudabach?
Yes.
Do we need to go into executive session?
I thought you wanted that today.
Wages.
Need a motion to go into executive session following the meeting?
So move.
Second.
No action to be taken.
For what purpose?
Personnel.
Personnel. Is there any other new business we need to discuss?
Yes, I have another question. From my understanding, the section of Pine Lake Road from 45 to Goshen is a Mahoney County road. Is there any way that you can get in touch with the Mahoney County engineers and get something done with that section of road?
I have been in touch with the Mahoney County engineers several times.
They throw some hot patch in it, and a few weeks later it's gone, and it's really bad.
I was told at the beginning of this year or at the end of last year, I don't know which one time that I called,
Spring.
that they were going to patch it, put a skim coat on it, and pave it next year. So that's where it stands. That's the most I can tell you, because that's the most I know.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I got new business, sir. I have a meeting set up for the trustees if you're available on November the 30th at 1 p.m. at the engineer's office to go over the bid specs for the storage building. You two are able to go to that.
When is it?
November 30th, a Monday at 1 o'clock, the engineer's office in Lisbon.
It's good for me.
Okay. Any other new business? Under old business, leaf pickup began last week on the north side of the township for 2 weeks and then moved to the south side of the township on November 16th for 2 weeks. These must be in bags, can be lifted into the truck by one person, and must be curbside. Sticks and twigs should be bundled separately and will be picked up at a different time. Extra bags can be picked up at the South Station, 1320 Depot Road, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and you probably should call first to see if they're going to be there. The number is 337-7266.
There's also bags available at City Hall.
Township Volunteer Fire Department breakfast is 11/21/15, 7 a.m. till noon at the North Station. Is there any other old business to discuss? Okay. Need approval of the minutes and the financial statements of 10/26/15.
So moved.
Second.
Fiscal officers announcements.
You're signing checks and ACHs for $16,102.71. NOPEC has asked to have a proxy from the township for their meeting tomorrow. Is that something you want to send up to them?
For the gas?
For the annual meeting?
Aggregation?
Yeah.
Is this something new?
They just asked, since no one was attending, if we would send a proxy. And then the township representative, who is Bob McCracken, could have our vote.
Do we want to do that?
I don't know.
We're going to send up a proxy?
Where's it at?
The meeting's up in, I think it's Brookfield. I don't know. You guys were given information on it twice.
I don't think that's necessary.
I wouldn't send it.
Okay. All the liquor permits in the township renew on February 1st of 2016. I got notification today if there's a problem, and if there are any that we don't want to be renewed, we would need to get a letter out in writing as to who, what, where, when, why, and how. Has there been a decision made on the payment to the volunteer fire department yet?
Mr. Rudbach, do you have anything on that?
I think we should pay the same as we did last year.
I'll second that.
You want to pay the same amount or the same amount per call?
Same amount per call.
And what calls do you want to pay?
Pardon?
What calls do you want to pay? Do I pay all the calls? Do I pay all the calls with first responder calls?
Yes. All the calls.
Pay all the calls.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a decision on the letter from KLA Consulting? Oh, we better go back to the other one. I better have a second on that motion, and we better do a roll call vote if you're paying all calls.
I'll second.
Trustee Kendrick?
Yes.
Trustee Rudabon?
Yes.
Trustee Mick?
Yeah.
Okay. KLA Consulting, are we going to answer that letter, not answer the letter, do what the letter wants, forget the letter?
We weren't going to do the replacement cost, right? Is that what we decided?
Well, the replacement cost would be, we figured it would be too much costly to us to replace it on the old fire truck and stuff.
Yeah, but this is the KLA Consulting letter on changes that they want us to do, such as pre-trip inspections and documentation on roads being inspected and all that kind of stuff. We got this package back in June, and they wanted a response to it. We haven't sent a response in, so they sent me a second letter requesting the response.
Is that through our insurance group?
Yeah, KLA Consulting is the consulting company for Otarma that comes out and looks at all this stuff. You know, it's a thick package about like this. And everybody got it in June. They came to my office and spent 4.5 hours with me.
Oh,
And we haven't sent anything back in that we've completed any of that, or we're doing it, or we're not going to do it. So now they sent me another letter, said, we're following up, we haven't heard from you.
What's your privilege?
Do we want to do a work session on it and look at it? Do you
I
guys want to
think-
look at it for next meeting?
I think that we should do a work session on that. I totally forgot
I'm not quite
about
sure
that.
what it's all about.
That's a safety program.
Okay, when do we want to do the work session?
What's convenient?
I'm pretty good.
I'm good.
Do it before the next meeting,
Mhm.
half an hour before the next meeting.
23rd,
On the 23rd.
23rd,
6 o'clock.
Okay.
6 instead of 6:30.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing more to come before this, oh,
I'm
excuse
not
me.
done.
Excuse me.
Sales tax is being paid on charges by township employees, just so you're aware, since you don't look at the bills. And apparently we've had some policy changes that I wasn't told about. I used to get copies of zoning letters that were sent out. Zoning letters have been sent out and I don't have any copies. Do you not want the master file of zoning letters anymore?
Well, I think we should have, yes.
Okay. And somebody needs to let the zoning officer know that I need to have copies of those letters.
Maybe Jeff
I never told him that, so that's...
Jeff
my
wasn't
bad.
aware, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't tell him that you needed copies of those.
And secondly, I got a bill today. We made a decision a long time ago to not purchase things from employees or their companies, and now we're purchasing from employees' companies, and I didn't know that policy had changed. So, what am I supposed to do? Do we change the policy? Do we not change the policy?
What do we buy?
Straw from Agater Farms.
Well, I think the policy should remain in effect. Change the policy.
Okay. So, do I go ahead and pay this bill and somebody will let them know that
I
our
didn't.
policy hasn't changed and we don't buy from employees and we don't buy from employee companies?
Yes, I think so.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay, nothing more to come before this meeting. We'll adjourn into an executive session.
Tony, I have a